So, laying down, I know you probably can't see me, but if you're lying down, make sure grab your dressing gown rope so that it's just next to your hips. So you can just relax, and I'll give you the directions of what to do. So it's not going to be anything you need to watch, if you know what I mean. So just staying nice and still, finding a nice natural rhythm, breathing in and out. Letting your hips relax on the floor, your shoulder blades relax, pointing your toes, inhaling and exhaling. Now we're going to slowly bend your knees and bring your knees in towards your chest. So giving yourself a big hug, hands come to your knees and roll side to side. And then grabbing hold of that dressing gown strap, we want you to kind of tuck it inside or on the outside of your feet so that your soles of your feet are pushing into the dressing gown rope. And just make sure there's enough length so that you can slowly start to lengthen your legs. So you're drawing your heels up to the ceiling and your toes back towards your forehead. And you're grabbing hold of the rope as close as you can towards your feet. So you've got just a little bit of traction. You've got your elbows can bend at your torso. And as you draw that rope back down towards you, I want you to really hold onto the rope, draw your elbows down towards your torso. Keep flexing your feet. Keep breathing. Keep your chest open. So while you're here, you've got your elbows bent. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears and then see if you can flatten your shoulder blades against the floor. So you're feeling a deep stretch all the way up your leg, your hamstring, your calves, flexing those feet and pushing your shoulders down onto the floor. Breathing in and out. Now grabbing hold of that rope even more. See if you can draw your toes back towards your head. So you're hinging from the hips. If you need to have a slight bend, please have that bend. But use the rope, so you've got a lot more control here. So you're using the rope as traction, pushing your feet against the edge, drawing your toes back towards your head. So you start to lower your feet back towards your forehead and use the breath. So we don't want to go too deep. You just want to breathe in, check in, so you're not moving on the inhale. Then on the exhale, see if you can maybe draw your toes back a couple of centimeters and you start to lift your sit bone off the floor. So you're lifting the sit bone off the floor and drawing your feet back. So it's a lovely long line. Keep breathing here. Take another 3 breaths. So checking in, inhale, exhale. See if you can draw those feet back. Keep the elbows bent. Keep breathing. Next one, inhale, lengthening. So those legs are stretching really, really, really long here. You're going to be 2 foot taller. Keep breathing, draw those toes back, keep the feet flexed. Exhale, draw those toes back. One more, inhale. And exhale, releasing a little bit of traction on the rope. Keep the legs extended, keep the feet flexed. Just release your hands and roll your wrists. And grabbing hold of your rope again, you're going to just bend your knees, draw your heels down towards your hips. And then just releasing the rope back down on the floor, next to your hips, so it's wherever you can grab it. Grabbing hold of your knees again, hug those knees, point the toes, flex the feet, point the toes, rotate your ankles, and then just roll from side to side, so massaging your lower back. And then we're going to straighten your legs again, this time no rope, point the toes, hands behind your knees, bend your knees over your hands, toes point down, and you're going to start to roll forwards and backwards. So using the traction, bring your knees backwards, toes forwards, chest up. Do 3 rolls all the way. See how far your feet can come behind you as you roll back and forward. So have a play. 1 more and come all the way up. Find that seated position. Really good. Nice and tall this morning. So just sitting in our nice, comfortable seating pose. Sit bones down, roll the shoulders, couple of rolls, back and forward. Hands just rest on your knees. Drop your chin down to your chest. We'll do our nice softening and releasing of any tension in our neck. So tuck that chin in, and then take your left ear to your left shoulder. Stretch into the right side of your neck. Breathe in. Exhale, drop the chin back down, over to the right. Stretch that left side, good. And then drop the chin back down. Hands come out to the side. Walk the left hand out to the side. Root down for those left fingertips. Bend the left elbow. Reach up through the right side. Stretch up nice and tall. And then over to the left. Beautiful curve. Inhale, up and swap sides. So nice fluid movement. Left hands up, right hands to the side. Walk that right hand over, bend the elbow. Just start to really recognize the movements. You've got a lovely stretch in your left side. Inhaling up, exhale, take a twist. Left hand comes behind your left hip, right hand to your left knee. Roll your shoulders and look back. Inhale to the center, swap sides. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Roll the shoulders. And just really start to feel your breath and movements flowing together. Hands come onto your knees. Roll your shoulders, chest is open. And exhale, tuck your chin into your chest and stretch your shoulders back. Bring your hands out in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Push those shoulders away from you. Push the knuckles away from you. Really good. Inhale, sweep the hands, reach your hands back. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Rotate your shoulders. Draw those knuckles down. Good. Give your arms a shake. Grab hold of your dressing gown rope again. So you're going to grab hold of your dressing gown rope, and your arms about arm length in front of you. And we're going to sit up tall and lift your arms up. So just work on shoulder mobility. Up and down. And up and down. And see if you can actually feel how your shoulder blades move as you draw your arms up and then releasing. So imagine how they kind of pull together and draw down your back towards your hips as you lift up. We're going to try and do a whole circle. So inhale, up, exhale. You may need to make a little bit more space between your hands. Take your arms behind you. So take as much space as you need to. And up and down. They can be really wide. Up and back. Good. So just exploring. And wherever you need to stop, wherever you feel it kind of tighten, stop and breathe. And exhale, move again. So just really becoming aware of how everything's moving. So we're going to take a twist while we're up. Arms up, arms wide, over to the left. Look over that left shoulder, back to the center, over to the right. And again, center, left, center, right. Good. And bring back to the center, bring your rope back down. Good. Give your arms a shake. Nice. Arms out. Nice and wide. Hands in line with your shoulders. We're going to bend through the elbows. So elbows are in line with your shoulders, palms face forward. Sit up tall. Inhale. We're going to twist to the left. Keep these right angles. All the way. And back. All the way. Back to the center. Hold those elbows back. If you can imagine you've got a wall behind you, you're pushing your knuckles and elbows back onto the wall, so everything's really, really straight. Inhaling, as you exhale, bring those elbows in. So it's really controlled. Your elbows are going to stay high. So if you can imagine your nose is in line with your elbow crease, let them touch. And then inhale, open. Exhale, in, nice and high, and open. Good. Inhale in, exhale, open. One more, inhale in, exhale, open, and then release. Give them a shake. Well done. Okay, so we're going to just do a nice few rounds of cat-cow just to keep the spine nice and in line. So rolling forward, finding your tabletop position. We're going to just start to engage through the core, so looking down. In fact, actually, what I would suggest, grab your dressing gown rope. So if you grab your dressing gown rope and you hold onto your dressing gown rope so that your hands are directly in line with your shoulders, it's just going to help with your alignment. So dressing gown rope comes down onto the floor and your palms are pushing down onto that dressing gown rope and you're just being aware of your wrists directly under your shoulders, okay? So it's just a little bit of mindfulness, just that you're aware and you're just becoming more in tune with your alignment. So tucking your toes, lift the knees up a couple of inches. Keep looking down, hug your belly in, exhale, drop your knees, release your feet. We'll do that one again. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees, engage through your core. Exhale, lowering down, release the feet. Now as you breathe in, I want you to tilt your hips up, drop your belly down, roll your shoulders, keep your hands where they are and look up. Then as you exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis under, your shoulders up nice and high and suck your belly in. See if you need to make any modifications to your movement. So see if your knees are in the right place, shoulders and the wrists in the right place. And then when you're ready, breathe in, tilt the pelvis up, roll the shoulders, chest is up, looking up. Exhale, round it out. Stretch the shoulders up nice and high. Inhale, drop the belly, hips up, shoulders roll back, chest is up. Exhale, round it out. I want you to take 3 of your own natural rhythm here. So keep breathing, just being confident in your movements, just becoming aware of how everything feels with these little differences, little changes we make. Keep the breath flowing. And just self-modify if you need to. Then take a child's pose, knees nice and wide, sit down on those heels, bring your hands forward. You can keep hold of that rope for as long as you want, heads on the floor. It just helps to keep your arms in line. Breathing in here, taking 3 breaths just to lengthen, just to come down here and kind of check in with your hips. And again, sigh it out. Really good. Slowly come back onto all fours. I would say you can let go of that dressing gown rope if you want to, but in terms of kind of just making your alignment really nice, I'd keep hold of it if you can, if you don't mind. So just having your hands pushed down onto the dressing gown rope so you can really check in that everything's straight. It's almost like you've got a visual guide. So your palms push down onto the dressing gown rope and you're going to root down through those arms. And I want you to turn your elbow bones out. So the elbow creases face each other, the elbow bones turn out. Just notice how that feels. So it's kind of your bones out to the side and your creases face each other. And then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to turn your creases forward and your bones back towards your knees. And just checking how all of those things feel. So you're just building awareness, building confidence of how to move, how to do certain things, just having a little play. And whichever one feels better for you, you go for it. I like to have the elbow creases facing forward and the elbow bones facing back. It just helps my yogi push-ups. So we'll have a go at that. I want you to have the bones facing back and creases facing forward, and the whole time that we move you're going to keep those creases facing forward and bones facing back and really focus on keeping that straight. You just take your knees back a little bit, so you've got a long line, you're lunging, your kind of shoulders are over your wrists a little bit and you've got weight coming down on your wrists. You're going to bend your elbows, tuck them in nice and tight and lower your chest down, so your elbows come back, elbow bones squeeze back, and then push yourself up. And see if the way that you've got your arms is helping with your strength here. So breathing in and lowering down. We'll count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. Push those elbow creases forward. Push your hips towards the floor. Squeeze your bum. One more. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up, sit back, child's pose. Good. Sit your hips back, lengthen through your arms, bring your head down onto the floor. Inhaling and exhaling, just lengthening, feeling your arms just releasing. It's nice just to sometimes do this yin-yang type strong strengthening and then really good release in your child's pose. You really start to realise all the different pressures, the different stresses on your body and how to kind of release and relax. Take a deep breath in, sigh the breath out, and then come back up into your tabletop position. Don't worry, we're going to kind of stop with the arms now and work our way up into a downward dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the knees, sit your heels back towards your hips back towards your heels. Just rock your hips side to side here, stretch into the side body, and then slowly lift your hips up and drop your heels down and pedal your feet. So just taking a moment just to really enjoy the stretch that the downward dog offers. So your whole body is getting a really good lengthen, and it's also really great for your alignment because it kind of just wiggles everything and you figure out what feels good, what feels bad. So just taking a moment, scanning your body, draw your chest back towards your heels, lift your hips up as much as you can, roll those shoulders away from your ears, keep rooting down through your hands and knuckles and wrists. Take your feet wider than the mat, drop your heels down to the floor, lift your hips up, roll those shoulders away from your ears and stretch into your hamstrings and tuck your chin into your chest. Really good. Come up high on your tiptoes, walk your feet back to your hip distance apart, back into that downward dog, nice and high on your tiptoes, and then bend your knees, walk your hands back towards your feet, finding your forward fold. Now, if you can reach forward and grab hold of your dressing gown rope, I suggest you grab hold of that and see if you can just bring your hands down. So you're tucking yourself in. Just really to hold on to that elbow, dressing gown rope, elbow rope, just so that your arms are kind of directly under your shoulders. So the more that you hold on to that rope, the more your hands are in line. So it's almost as if you're in a square or rectangle. So as you grab hold of that rope, you've just got a nice bit of space. So in between, you want to have almost 2 fists in between your hands and also 2 fists in between your feet. So staying low and just making those adjustments, holding onto that rope and drawing your head down towards your feet. Now, shuffling your rope back and bringing your rope underneath your feet. So you're going to have your hands on the outer edges of your feet. Your rope is underneath your feet. You're going to grab hold of that rope and roll your shoulders back. Tuck your elbows in nice and tight. If you need to bring more, if you need more material, just kind of loosen the rope back so that you're going to tuck those elbows in nice and tight. We're going to work through our halfway lift. So rolling your shoulders, see if you can lengthen the crown of your head forward and your hips back, lengthening through your hamstrings. So I'll just turn to the side so you can see what I mean. So you're going to grab hold of that rope, tuck the elbows in, and slowly draw your head forward and your hips back, lengthening through your legs if you can. Beautiful, flat back. And from here, you're going to see if you can hinge forward so that your chest is coming down as low as you can while you keep that back nice and straight. Okay, so you're going to hold on to your rope and you'll tuck your elbows in. Really good. That's it. So it's like that row position. You're holding it all in, elbows are nice and tucked. You feel a really, really deep stretch again, the back of your hamstrings, and your chest is drawing down. And then release, bend the knees and fold down so you can just be heavy here. We're going to do that one again. So grabbing hold of the rope, elbows in nice and tight. Slowly draw your chest forward, head forward, hips back, and lengthen. So really round those shoulders, really lengthen through your spine and your hamstrings. Then you'll really feel it here. So if you can bring your weight forward onto the balls of your feet, using your rope is keeping you safe. And then bend the knees and fold back down. Hands are heavy, torso is heavy. Roll up to stand. So nice and mindful. Feet are hip distance apart. Bent knees, rolling up. Really deep stretch there into your hamstrings. So standing up here, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Really good. We're just going to do 3 standing half sun salutations. So you're just going to come up and down and do your halfway lift. If you want to use the rope for your halfway lift, just have it under your feet now so that it's all set up. I'm going to think it's a nice habit to come into. So you've got your mountain pose, heels down, hips forward, hands outside your hips. Inhale, sweep your arms out, and exhale, soften the knees and fold down. Grab that rope. Inhale, round your shoulders, bend those elbows, tuck the elbows into your torso, push your hips back, chest forward, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, bend the knees and fold down, releasing the rope. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. 2 more, so move with the breath, nice and fluid. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Grab that rope. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees and roll up as you inhale all the way. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, nice and fluid. Inhale, let's go. Exhale, fold. Inhale, grab that rope, roll the shoulders, chest forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise up all the way. Nice big breath, palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Be beautiful. Okay, grab a drink, come down, take a child's pose, just for 3 breaths. And then we're going to come to seated. Come down into your child's pose. Lengthen through your spine. Reach those hands forward. Good. Take 2 breaths here. Rock through your shoulders, rock through your hips, and then walk your hands back up towards your knees. Swing yourself round, grab your book, and you're going to sit on the edge of your book, and your knees are bent. And the idea here is just you've lifted the ground away from you slightly so that you're much easier to keep your spine straight. So feet are flat, knees are bent. Sitting on your book, grab your rope, wrap the rope around the base of your feet, and so you want to have almost the middle of the rope in between your feet. You've got quite a lot of space. So just wrap the rope around your hands as much as you need to. Roll your shoulders so your elbows are tucked in and you're sitting up really tall. And gently, gently, you're going to just extend your legs. So just pointing your toes, flexing your feet, and just pushing those heels away from you. Keep the feet flexed as much as you can. Keep your spine nice and tall. Chest stays open. Shoulders, again, visualize them rolling down your back so they're really splayed, nice and open. Chest is open. And slowly, 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 see if you can lengthen your legs and keep your chest high. So keep the spine long, keep the chest high, lengthening through your legs. If you can, get them all the way out in front of you, that's fine. If you need to have them bent, again, that's also fine. Keep hold of that rope. Bend the elbows, sit up nice and tall, and I want you to see if you can draw your chest forward without curving your spine, without kind of collapsing at all. So get your feet to wherever you can get to, bend the elbows, use that rope as traction, so you're hugging those elbows in, arms are straight, and you're folding forward, your chest is coming forward. And each breath, see if you can lengthen those legs and draw your chest forward. So keep playing, roll the shoulders, breathe in, check in, exhale, see if you can come forward anymore. Keep breathing, don't go too far that it doesn't feel good. You want to keep that chest up and draw your chest forward. So you're really stretching into your hamstrings and your spine stays straight, so you're hinging from the hips as the whole time. Keep holding onto that rope, that's your traction, roll the shoulders back, keep checking in, breathing in, breathing out, forward, forward, forward. When you've had enough, just drop your head down, round your spine. Bring your hands to wherever they land, on your legs or ankles, and just release down here and take a breath. Seated forward fold. Keep breathing. And sigh the breath out. Walk your hands back, bring yourself back up to seated. While we've got our block, we're going to do a bridge with the block in between our thighs. Block, book, whatever. So this is just a good way to keep your legs in alignment. Once you know how it feels, you tend to be able to come back to it without a book, but you're very welcome to. So seated, feet on the floor, knees bent. Grabbing your book, just bring it inside your knees so that your thighs are holding it together. So inside your knees, sit up tall and turn on your thighs. So really feel that your thighs are hugging this book together. Hug your belly into your spine, hands out to the side. You're going to roll down, tummy's tucked in, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. Find your way onto the floor. And I want you to keep those heels under your knees. So without having to look, just reaching your fingertips down so that you can touch your heels. Make sure you've got enough space. Okay, so set yourself up. Start to squeeze that book with your inner thighs, drawing your belly back, kind of imprinting your whole spine on the floor. Hands can face up here, just relaxing at your side. Tuck your pelvis under and slowly start to lift your hips off the floor. Root down through your feet and lift your hips. Once your hips are up, see if you can round your shoulders and bring your hands underneath you. Keep pushing your feet onto the floor so that you can squeeze your thighs, lift your hips, and release that lower back. Really good. Taking a breath in, sighing the breath out. And again, in and out. See how high you can get those hips by using those thighs to push together, holding that block. Knees over your ankles, lifting the hips. Come up high on your tiptoes now. Release the heels off the floor. Release your shoulders from under you and then round your spine back onto the floor. Good. Okay, grabbing your book, take it away from your knees, hug your knees in towards your chest and rock side to side. We're going to do one more with the rope, but it's going to be a twist stretch. So grabbing your rope, you're going to wrap it on the underneath of your left foot, bring your right foot down onto the floor. So keeping the left knee bent and hugging that knee in towards your shoulder, using your rope just to really pull your knee up towards your shoulder, sorry. And then when you're ready, you're going to extend that left leg up to the ceiling and just get some more space between you and the rope. So just extending the space you've got. Okay. So we're going to take that left foot over to the right. We're going to try and keep it straight. You're going to just holding on to the rope. You're going to just take that left foot over to the right. You can use the right hand to hold the rope and release your left arm if you want to. It's a little bit easier. So just using the rope, you're going to keep that leg straight. See if you can bring your left foot on the floor and twist. Look over your left shoulder. Really good. Keep breathing. And then slowly use the rope to pull and bring that foot back up. Well done. Okay, bending the left knee. Swap sides, so right foot comes into the loop. Left leg's extended. And then extend the right leg up to the ceiling. Flex that foot. Lovely long leg here. So you're going to grab the rope with your left hand now. So both edges of the rope with your left hand. Your right hand comes out to the right. Extend it out. Using the rope. Bring your right leg down. Keep that right foot flexed. Look over your right shoulder and see if you can get your right toes close to the floor, on the floor, wherever you go. Keep breathing. Lovely long legs here. Slowly come back up. Releasing that rope. Releasing your feet. Your legs come down. Let's come into our Shavasana. Perfect timing. Heels on the floor, feet out to the edges, hands outside your hips. palms face up. Just take your neck from side to side, so chin to shoulder to shoulder. Let everything soften, softly release and breathe. Try and give yourself at least 10 breaths here, just to really signal to your body that you're resetting, recharging, letting everything calm down. Slowly, when you're ready, drawing your knees up into your chest, giving yourself a hug, and then rolling over onto the right side. Just a little bit more stillness before you go about your day. Taking a breath in and out, and then bring yourself up to seated. We will end as we began. Nice. Easy seated pose, chin comes down to your chest. Let any tension just come off your neck and just shake your neck from side to side. Round your shoulders, up and down. Bring your hands to your heart. Fold your forehead down so you can brush your third eye with your fingertips. Vasila practice. Namaste.